The following contest is a Sin City Street Fight! Introducing first, from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
It is only appropriate that this rivalry comes to us tonight as a Sin City street fight. The hatred wave between these two men is incredible.
Yeah, well, Drew McIntyre's mindset over the past several months has been one of victimhood. He argues that Damian Priest has cheap-shotted him numerous times over the past 12 months, of course, starting last year at WrestleMania, when Priest cashed in his Senior Money in the Bank contract on the new, at the time, champ Drew McIntyre, and it's got worse from there. McIntyre is out for severe vengeance tonight. We have sacrificed numerous security guards over the past several weeks. We don't need it tonight. All bets are off. No holds barred. Sin City street fight.
Pat, you and I were in the middle of it in the kickoff show just a couple of days ago.
These two have been trying to get their hands on each other for a long time. And tonight, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet of physicality. Street fight in Las Vegas. You know the things that happen on the streets of Las Vegas?
There's a lot.
The possibilities are endless on the Sin City streets, let alone whenever there's a fight to be had between two men that can't stand each other. Drew's throwing all his Doom gear out right now.
He was dressed as Doom Slayer, I believe.
Well, there's Doom Guy, Doom Slayer. There's Samuel Hayden, Con McKeer, and Dave Grohl. The Dark Lord will get you every once in a while, but Hell Knight's a problem. Doom Slayer can really kick some ass. You know what I'm saying?
You're quite the gamer, like I said last night.
Oh, the Cock-a-Demon.
The what?
The Cock-a-Demon.
The Cock-a-Demon?
That's right, Doom.
Yesterday it was Packer, today it's Cockadema. Whatever next, Pat.
And right now, my face is melting cold.
And his opponent from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest!
How incredible is Kerry, King of Slayer? He's touring globally as a solo artist and reuniting with the legendary metal band Slayer.
Damian Priest with a Slayer guitar solo to lead him into WrestleMania. Into a street fight against Drew McIntyre. Has to be feeling like a professional wrestling god right now.
There's a complete shift in the expression of Damian Priest. Once he gave that quick nod to Kerry King, now laser focused on complete destruction of his opponent tonight, Drew McIntyre.
See a lot of celebrities front row. Might be their first time experiencing this. Yes, Slayer brought out Damian Priest with 10-foot-high flames.
And yes, this is WrestleMania.
Drew's locked in.
This is a street fight. Anything goes. You only win via pinfall or submission. And McIntyre wasted little time going after Priest. Bell's underway, and here we go. Dan Engler, the official in this matchup. McIntyre misses wildly. Priest sends him over the top rope, and this is going to be an ugly one, folks. And I mean that in a great way. Priest now with an elbow takes out McIntyre.
Anything goes here in this Sin City street fight. Priest with a big-time right.
Well, McIntyre gave it his best shot of that jump start. When that doesn't work and your opponent is immediately back on top, it may be time for panic stations for the big Scotsman.
And again, McIntyre cashed in Money in the Bank in WrestleMania last year on Drew McIntyre, who had held the title for just over 5 minutes. Clash at the Castle. McIntyre, once again, got stalled by Priest and then eliminated by Priest to the rope. Oh, and now a suplex on the steel ramp.
Yeah, not only that, Damian Priest also eliminated McIntyre in the Elimination Chamber this year. It has been an annus horribilis for Drew McIntyre, and it's all been caused by Damian Priest. That is why Priest is going to be made a victim here tonight in the mind of McIntyre.
McIntyre also the veteran at WrestleMania. This is his 12th WrestleMania match. Priest is now been involved in 4 over the years.
McIntyre's going to find a reason to hate anybody. Certainly a guy who thinks the world is working against him. And now it's a steel stare that Damian Priest hits off his face. Bong! Drew McIntyre's jaw says hello to some stairs.
And now McIntyre stalking, I should say Priest stalking McIntyre. Damian Priest now dragging McIntyre and into the barricade. Ribs first.
Almost hitting Wade here behind the hydration station. And Priest is thinking table time.
Well, we're about 2 minutes deep into this one, and both men already put through the ringer, but clearly Priest has had the upper hand. Oh!
Had the upper hand. McIntyre with a right now, bouncing Priest. Chest first off the steps.
I mean, these two are so...
Oh, now right on top of our table here.
These two both run 270, 280. Every shot takes so much out of their opponent.
These are big lads who want to do big damage to each other.
McIntyre just an angry dude as he delivers the steps off the face of Priest.
Right to the temple of Priest.
And again, Priest knocked to the floor.
This guy's going to have to get his hands up or he's going to keep eating steel stairs until he doesn't remember tonight.
You can't block that, though, to the spine.
Kind of match you just have to leave humanity at the door. It's a question of who is prepared to stoop to the lowest level.
Drew McIntyre is. You and I both know that.
Well, if that's the truth, Pat, Drew McIntyre is going to win tonight.
Another stare to the spine of Damian Priest. Beating up his spine, beating up his soul. McIntyre's in control. And now he's
That was McIntyre's brother.
Oh, this is...
And now taking a selfie of the damage he's done to Priest. Hey, now,
This last year,
again, let's go back to WrestleMania last year. McIntyre was screwing around taking selfies at ringside with his wife, and what happened? Punk attacked him, Priest cashed in. You think McIntyre would learn after what happened last year?
Hey, if you're gonna win against your most bitterest rival, do it in style, and that selfie, I guarantee you, has already gone viral online.
Well, I think Drew was thinking to himself, it wasn't a mistake last year, I'll do it again.
Oh, and now right to the ear of Priest with that chair.
And this has all now become way too easy for Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest looks like a beaten man.
It's like this man's at a Home Depot buying 2 tables.
And we've seen numerous shots already in this one that will take most superstars out for several weeks. Put them on the shelf, yet this match is still ongoing. McIntyre could have pinned Damian Priest several times by now, but this is about punishing the Punisher.
4 different sets of stairs have been used. There's a chair in the ring. Now 3 tables have been lifted from underneath the ring, 2 of them being set up for a nice 2-piece right here in front of us. Drew McIntyre's thinking crazy.
Yeah, nice look, Drew. Only time I've ever seen the guy smile. And now Priest, though, with a right hand. And another one, McIntyre teetering on the apron. Above the tables now, Damian Priest, and a headbutt, must go kiss by McIntyre.
Goes to show Damian Priest had too much durability. McIntyre taking way too long setting those tables up, and he's lucky he got out of this one, catching Damian Priest with that Glaswegian kiss.
He needs to stop taking the Scottish victory laps every time and get the job done.
McIntyre takes to the air and takes out Priest.
How much does he weigh?
275 pounds.
Damian Priest ate every ounce of that. The Flying Scotsman.
How about a flying bus?
That was unbelievable. This McIntyre's special. If Priest can handle all this, the toughness scale's got to be much higher. Drew McIntyre's asking for Vegas.
Look at the swaggering confidence of McIntyre, a man who has been to the top numerous times in the past,
but you know what's
right
coming
at home here.
You know what's coming now? McIntyre looking for a Claymore! Oh my God! Damian Priest just threw a Claymore!
Yeah, Drew dodged it somehow.
Cover now. Hook of the leg for the win. Priest kicks out.
Oh God, McIntyre got so lucky there, flinched at the right moment. That chair bouncing off at an ugly angle that could have been way, way worse for Drew McIntyre. Could have lost an eyeball in that one, but bouncing back with a Claymore, I have no idea how Priest is still ticking.
Drew McIntyre deflects the chair off his face, hits him with a Glasgow kiss, and now uses the chair for his advantage.
Again, working the spine and the back. He started with the steps. Now he's using the steel chair to his advantage. And once again, McIntyre to the spine.
You know, when your back hurts, your whole body hurts. It affects everything. Drew McIntyre with a big brain decision here to attack the spine.
And now
no.
McIntyre going to wrap the chair around the neck of Damian Priest.
He can't do this.
God, the Street King is looking anything but the Street Fighter right now. He is getting annihilated.
Don't do it, Drew. That's too far.
McIntyre. Went for a version of the South of Heaven, flat out straight choke slam. Cover now by Priest, and a kick out by McIntyre.
Highly impactful, but you're right. It was a variation on the standard delivery, a desperation strike from Priest when it looked like all was lost. Take a look at this chair. It was a glancing blow off the forehead of Drew, which is why he was able to follow it up with that Claymore. But here you go, here's that choke slam. Not a full-on South of Heaven, and McIntyre just about kicking out. This one swinging back and forth in the last 60 seconds.
Well, the thing is, if McIntyre hit that Claymore with that chair wrapped around Damian's neck, he would have decapitated him.
Over, everything.
And now it's Priest who's going to return the favor. Did you hear that? I felt it.
That is a kidney shredding chair shot to the
Cracking
lower back.
And Priest again.
Cracking his back rack.
McIntyre is going to be peeing blood for weeks after that. I've seen guys put in hospital for that exact same move for several months.
One more. Damian Priest is thinking.
Oh, and again.
He's not done.
And Priest now ripping the protective pad off the turnbuckle area.
Damian Priest, the guy who grew up in some of the roughest areas of Puerto Rico and the Bronx, struggling with gangs daily. Clearly he can take a beating. Oh!
Spinebuster!
Spine to pine, pal! Drew McIntyre gives himself a breather in the middle of getting his ass kicked.
Look, all these instruments of destruction around the ring can aid you in destroying your opponent. They can also be a massive distraction. And Priest took too long setting that chair up, allowing McIntyre to somehow get back in this.
And now McIntyre setting up the table.
It is Easter, happy Easter. That ain't no Easter dinner or lunch table. That's a McIntyre destroying Damian Priest table. Welcome to a Sin City street fight.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and the way this is looking, the carcass of one of these two men is going to remain in the Mojave Desert for good.
And now McIntyre with Priest on his shoulders. And now a blow to the back. Priest now with McIntyre.
Hey,
Priest,
yo!
Razor's Edge to the table. Cover. Kick out by McIntyre. Priest, whose hero was the late, great Razor Ramon, uses the Razor's Edge to send McIntyre through the table and almost pick up the win.
Chico almost got the 1, 2, 3. What more does he have to do to Drew? Survey says 2 more tables available on the outside currently.
And there's plenty of other weapons of destruction strewn around the ring and the ringside area. Pick your poison, Damian Priest.
And it's funny, most of these weapons were introduced by McIntyre and now are going to be used against him.
The danger you run in a match like this, falling on your own sword.
That's the risk of Sin City, Michael Cole.
Vegas always wins in the end. Priest now.
Somehow, some way.
And now McIntyre, thumb right to the eye, trying to poke out the eye.
Well, both men have gone for the eyes in recent weeks. McIntyre, of course, having to wear that eye patch at one point.
McIntyre now hooks Priest. Future shock DDT. McIntyre may have hurt himself, but he's still able to go into the pin, into the inside leg, and Priest is able to kick out.
Yeah, you should be completely out cold after that one. The cranium of Damian Priest rattling off this steel. No way to block that whatsoever. Glassy-eyed there, and somehow instinct kicking back into the Punisher just in time.
This is awesome.
For the second straight match, our sellout crowd chanting, "This is awesome."
This is WrestleMania, and these two are trying to steal the show and steal a win in a Sin City street fight.
Look at the anger and the disdain in the eyes of Drew McIntyre looking on at Priest.
Damian Priest stomping. Oh, slappy.
Well, complete disrespect by McIntyre, and Priest is going to show no respect either. And now the slugfest underway in the ring.
Ali against Foreman in there. 2 heavyweights giving it their absolute best, burning themselves out in pursuit of victory.
And a Glasgow kiss again by McIntyre. Oh, and a big clothesline by Priest.
Priest needs a breather after that. How could you not?
And you're right, Wade. This has the feel of the old heavyweight matches of old at Las Vegas on the Strip.
This is the point both men know they should be home and dry. An opponent is not supposed to be able to take this level of abuse. But that hatred, that detached, ice-cold bitterness between these two is driving both men forward.
Both these men are going to feel terrible tonight and probably for the rest of the month.
The body is already screaming stop, and we might be going old school here.
Indeed we are. Damian Priest, who also idolized The Undertaker, sent through the tables! Sent through the tables! Priest took a little bit too much time on the tightrope, and McIntyre made him pay!
Holy!
Smirking through the grimace is McIntyre. The damage is done. Priest is a beaten man, but you've got to pin him.
McIntyre has suffered an immense amount of pain here tonight as well. Damian Priest, look at his eyes.
Neither man's body is cooperating whatsoever. The problem for Priest is his mind isn't cooperating either at this point. Drew's in mental control at least.
There has to be internal damage done to both of these men.
McIntyre dragging Priest back into the ring, putting him face first now into the chair. McIntyre drops back to the corner. What does McIntyre have planned? A Claymore into the head, into the chair.
Night, Damian Priest. That's gotta be it.
An Uber Claymore for McIntyre.
Wow.
Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre!
What an incredible, physical, violent match tonight between these two superstars.
We said at the start, who is prepared to leave humanity at the door? The answer was both men, but clinical and pitiless. At the closing moments there was McIntyre, who took full advantage of his surroundings and sent Damian Priest to hell.
Damian Priest is down and out. McIntyre forcing the official, Dan Engler, to raise his hand in victory at WrestleMania.
Sin City street fight led up to the name.
Future shock DDT to start things.
Onto the steel stairs, he somehow kicks out of it.
And then Priest tries to go old school, and he paid for it.
The tables that McIntyre had set up earlier, he clearly had not forgotten about them, but that chair in the corner with this Claymore, Priest's head sandwiched between a rock and a hard place, and that is just game over after what was an epic performance and effort from two men who left it all out there tonight, and get both of these two medical attention immediately.
Damian Priest telling the official, I can't breathe, I need medical help out here tonight. Dengler calling for some emergency help as McIntyre celebrates.
Learn to listen. I'm always right in the end.